AI can search your files, summarize documents, and help you find information faster. But if your Google Drive is a mess, AI has less useful context to work with. So good drive organization may now be more important than ever. Hey, I'm Joe with Digital Egghead. And in this video, I want to show you why good organization still matters, even when AI can help you search and work with your files. Let's start with a simple example inside Google Drive. This folder has several files with names like content plan, budget tracker, and project presentation. Technically, the files are in there. Nothing's missing. But the names do not tell me much about what they contain, why they were created, or which project they belong to. Maybe I remember what these files are today because I worked on them recently. But a few weeks from now, that context might be gone. And if I connect an AI tool to this workspace, it runs into the same basic problem. AI can search through information and help interpret it, but it still needs useful context. And a vague file name does not provide much of that. The less information a file gives us, the more work it takes to understand whether it's relevant. That's true for a person searching through Drive, and it's also true for AI trying to help with that information. Let's clean up one of these files. Instead of leaving this named Content Plan, I'm going to rename it 2026 Digital Egghead YouTube Content Plan. Now I can immediately tell what the file is, which project it belongs to, and when it is relevant. A good file name doesn't need to be complicated either. It just needs to provide enough context that you can understand the file without opening it first. That gives me a much better chance of finding it later, whether I'm browsing through folders, searching inside a drive, or asking an AI tool to help locate or summarize the information. And you do not need to create a perfect naming system before you begin. Consistency matters more than perfection. A simple pattern that you use regularly is much more useful than an elaborate system that becomes way too difficult to maintain. The goal is just to make your files easier to recognize, easier to search, and easier to use. The same idea applies inside the file as well. This document currently has one large block of text. The information might all be there, but it's a little bit difficult to scan. If I'm looking for one specific topic, I have to read through everything to find it. So I'm going to add a clear title and break the document up into a few useful sections, like content goals, video ideas, production status, and publishing schedule. And with that, now the document has a visible structure. A person can quickly scan the headings and jump into the section they need, and an AI tool also has clearer sections to interpret when it's searching, summarizing, or using this document as context. Instead of seeing one big long block of information, it can better understand how the ideas are grouped. This is one of the reasons headings matter so much. They're not only for visual formatting, they also help define the structure and meaning of the document. The same is true for tables, labels, dates, and clear section names. Every bit of useful structure helps explain what the information is and how the different pieces relate to each other. And this is where Google Drive still matters. Drive is not just a place where files sit. It's the system that determines where those files live, how they're named, how they're organized, and how easily they can be found and understood. If your drive is filled with vague file names, duplicate copies, unclear folders, and poorly structured documents, AI still may be able to help, but it has to work through all of that confusion first. When your files are clearly named, logically organized, and structured well, AI has a much stronger foundation to work from. It can find more relevant information, understand the context of your projects, and give you more useful results. So, AI does not replace good organization. It actually rewards it. The more clear your system is, the more useful AI can become. Good systems still matter. AI just helps you get a lot more out of them. If this kind of practical Google Workspace and AI content is useful to you, I'd appreciate if you subscribe to Digital Egghead. I'll be sharing more videos that help make these tools easier to understand and actually use. And if you want help building a cleaner, more organized system for Google Workspace, that's one of the core ideas behind Google Workspace Essentials, which is my full course on using Google Drive, Docs, Sheets, Slides, and Forms as one connected workflow with the kind of structure that also makes AI tools way more useful. You can find the course linked in the description below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.